It was the end of a dark age and the dawning of a bright new era in the world of video game systems. With weird and ugly systems such as the Atari 2600 and the ColecoVision. The graphics were hideous, the gameplay was terrible, the sound was beeps. Within a few years, we changed from a screenshot like this to a screenshot like this. This was all due to the greatest video game system ever created, the Nintendo Entertainment System. The Nintendo Entertainment System, or NES, was the most distinguished, influential, and easiest to use system ever created. It changed the business model and set the stage for console games for the next 30 years. Recently, the online video game magazine IGN ranked the NES as the #1 system of all time, and there are a lot of reasons why. In the early 1980s, a proliferation of poorly made games and a ton of crappy systems caused the video game industry to crash. The other issue was that the early systems lost control of the publishing rights of their games that went on their systems. Nintendo invented a system in which no game could be published for their system without the official Nintendo seal. Therefore, the market would not be flooded with crappy games, as is what happened with the Atari and Coleco and systems that came before. Nintendo changed it all with genre-defining games that stand the test of time. The system's mascot and cultural touchstone, Mario. The unimaginable depth of The Legend of Zelda. The intense action and surprise ending of Metroid. The super fun and graphically impressive Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. The Mega Man series, intense, interesting, and different than anything else. The gothic platformer Castlevania, in which Simon Belmont takes on Count Dracula. The intense shooter Contra, in which two guerrilla warriors take on an alien force. On top of a slate of amazing and unforgettable games, the Nintendo was intensely influential across the culture of North America. In movies like The Wizard, in which a special child becomes a Nintendo champion, Nintendo was depicted as a phenomenon across the kids' culture. Here a picture of Will Smith, the Fresh Prince, playing RBI baseball. Nintendo was everywhere, in Hollywood, across the culture, and everyone was playing Nintendo. Even children's cartoons like Captain N, in which all the different Nintendo heroes like Zelda and Mega Man, Mario, Kid Icarus would fight against King Hippo and Mother Brain in a weekly cartoon show. In the early 80s, computers were quite expensive. A Mac would cost over $1,000, all the way up to somewhere around $3,000. PCs cost over $1,000, and consoles cost typically between $150 and $200. The NES, which was priced at $199, in inflation-adjusted terms, was around $340. So about the same as what a PlayStation 3 would cost today. The other thing was that computers were quite complicated at the time. There were few computers that had graphical user interfaces like Windows or Mac OS where you could point and click. You needed to use a command line like DOS and they were much more complicated, making consoles very attractive to people who didn't want to spend a lot of time learning how to use a computer. The ultimate beauty of the Nintendo Entertainment System is its simplicity. You plugged it into your TV, the controllers were easy to use, there was a reset and power button. Very few things could go wrong, and anyone could use it. It was a simple hookup with a simple RF attachment that you put attached to the back of your VCR television, and away you went, and your Nintendo would work. The combination of fun, easy-to-use games and fun, easy-to-use hardware made the Nintendo a killer system to have in the mid-80s and early 90s. It changed everything, and every console since has followed the model that Nintendo set up. In the end, this is why I think the Nintendo is the best system ever created. It was innovative, influential, distinguished, and it was very easy to use. It started everything when it came to console gaming. We all are playing games now in the shadow of the Nintendo Entertainment System console. Thank you for watching.